What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and this week there won't be an All Hail the King episode, but I can tell you it is done, and I will give you a little preview of what it's going to be about next week. I'm going to be covering PvP Season 14 defensive teams. Now with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at one of the best teams right now in PvP. This team consists of Quicksilver and Havoc. We all know Quicksilver is very capable on defense, as well as offense. Not to mention his partner Havoc can one-shot someone with his plasma wave, and has a level 6 which exhausts all the enemies at once, plus applies Paragon Exploiter debuffs. On top of that, he can also gain an extra turn through uncanny coordination. Best of all, the AI is actually handling Havoc quite well right now. So these are some of the main reasons why this team is working on defense, as well as offense, which you will see in this video since I obviously can't show you defensive battles. Oddly enough, in this first matchup we have a mirror match. Our main advantages so far are we did get to go first, and also Havoc did gain an uncanny coordination. Now it appears that their Quicksilver is going to go after our Havoc, and then he actually pulls out that first round Vortex Lariat. I really hate when the enemy pulls that out in the first round, mainly because for some reason it actually stuns for them. But this time it goes completely against the AI, and we actually gain an extra turn because of it. In this first setup you will notice we're using the Empowered Bruiser armor, and quite a defensive-minded setup. We have a protect weapon. We're using the Fist of the Colossus and the Synthetic Cube, but you may notice that the Fist has Exploit Exposure. Because of this, we're going to be able to take care of our primary goal of taking out their agent. And now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and use Blackest Void and disorient the opponents. This is one of the main reasons why I even have the cube equipped. Disoriented has been an absolute nightmare this season. However, with that being said, right after I used this ability, I instantly regretted it. And if you're wondering why, it's because Havoc's going to one-shot one of their characters, so there's not going to be anyone left to hit. This makes Disoriented a pretty worthless debuff, at least on this occasion. Still, we do have this match well in hand, especially since their Havoc goes down without even using an ability. Now we just have to finish their Quicksilver, so we'll start with Blinding Punches, and then a 1 mile punch to finish it off. This is another great benefit for using these two together. It makes for really quick matches, and that's something that has been lacking this season. In the second battle, you will notice I've changed my agent setup. Since you're going to be facing so many Havocs, you might as well use a Tactician armor, and then we'll take a look at my item setup a little bit later. First, with Quicksilver, I do make a mistake, and I attack their agent. The reason I would call that a wasted attack is because my Havoc could easily one-shot a Bruiser agent. Therefore, that attack would have been much better on either their Havoc or their rescue. This is something that I definitely want to correct for. In the future, I make sure to pick out who's going to be my primary target, and then just save them for Havoc. That is, unless Havoc's going last, and I think that Quicksilver and my agent can finish the target. In that case, you just pick a new target for Havoc. Alright, and for some reason their Havoc goes for an instant first round finish, but luckily he didn't have enough attack power to kill me without any debuffs. I'm guessing the same cannot be said for their agent. So now it's time to unleash my plasma wave, and let's see how much damage we can do. It does 134k, and that's an instant finish. Now both Havocs are stunned, so we can focus on rescue and not have to worry about him. Also, at this point he's basically done his job, so I really don't even care if my Havoc is killed. After Rescue's million turns, we'll finally get to see what my agent has equipped. I can tell you this much, he's definitely not gonna like it. Also, I should mention the Tactician Power Armor does have a nice built-in ability. It has Optic Camo, so the agent gains True Strike, and attacks have a 50% chance to become stealthy. And finally, there's our setup, the Neurotrope, the Hand of Apocalypse, the Fist of the Colossus, and the Warbringer Axe. Since we are a Tactician and we do have Optic Camo, we're going to go ahead and attack Havoc first. Then we'll gain an extra turn from Tactical Maneuvers, and we can also attack Rescue. Now let's see what this hand can do. 118,000 damage. This thing is incredible. Next we're going to hit rescue with it. And she does have a shield, so let's go ahead and see what happens. 147,000 damage. Back-to-back epic overkills. And remember, this thing is basically a free weapon. All you have to do is face Apocalypse and beat him, and it's on the boss roulette. Now after seeing that and knowing that it does have Boonbuster, we end up facing a Heimdall team. Boonbuster does increased damage against targets with strengthened, fortified, focused, agile, shield, or regen effects. So just imagine what's going to happen to a Heimdall team. And of course they're also using Havoc. Luckily we do have our Tactician power armor once again. I also do recommend using this on defense. Or hopefully you at least have some sort of Tactician armor. There really aren't that many infiltrators being used, and secondly, the empowered infiltrator armor is going to gain combat reflexes anyway. And once again we gain an early uncanny coordination, and we get to take out their agent before she even gets a turn. Like I said last time, at this point Havoc's basically done his job. But now let's see who their Havoc targets. He does use a channel energy right off the bat. And here comes that early plasma wave. He does target our Havoc, but like I said, I really wouldn't even care if he got knocked out at this point. However, he does come up short, so we're going to use the Neurotrope. Next we're going to use the hand on Havoc. Why not? We're going to get an extra turn anyway. So gaining an extra attack, plus having an amazing weapon like the Hand of Apocalypse, well that's really hard to beat. So let's see how much damage we get. 43,000, and that's the end of Havoc. Or at least the evil Havoc. We still have the good guy version. That's what I consider my team. We're the good guys, and the enemies are always the bad guys. And since Heimdall didn't have any buffs yet, we just went ahead and used the axe. He's very predictable, so we know exactly what he's going to do. He uses Vigilance, and then it's level 9. Now with Quicksilver, we'll go ahead and hit him maybe once, and just try to get his health down low. I don't want to finish him just yet because I am curious of what kind of damage we can do with the hand. So yes, for once I'm going to skip a plasma wave. Now that's something I definitely didn't see myself doing. But I guess there really is a first time for everything. Unfortunately we don't have any buffs like Strengthened, and we're not going to do a critical hit. But still it's a 47,000 non-crit. And that's going to be the end of the video. I would like to thank you all for watching, and ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, good luck, and take care.